So it's actually time to build the LED boards. Yeah, with a hexagonal pattern of LEDs. I mean, there are a lot of UV exposure units built out there, and many of them using old scanner cases, or at least some of them. But I think that hexagonal stuff is my contribution. Yeah, I have two perfboards to put them on. Yeah, nothing special about here, single-sided. I've got my 100 LEDs, more about that later. Yeah, not quite 100 minus these ones, and that's important, a dot. Before putting them into the board, I will have to test them, because putting them into the board and then having one dot somewhere in and having to search for that, that would be a pain. Yeah, some old perfboard, more on that later, and yeah, a whole lot of 1 watt resistors, and yeah, simply as a little voltage dropper for the, I'm searching for special ones, yeah, and they are all, excuse me, can I have a focus here, they are all 1 watt resistors, and that's what you, yeah, usually imagine if you think of 1 watt resistors. And I ordered 1 watt resistors, and yeah, the rest of them, I mean, these are 1 watt resistors, okay, but they look like 1/4 watt resistors. So if I have to use these, and I have many different values, you see here, 430 ohms, 330, so I should be able to tune the whole thing between yeah, the LEDs running at 3.2 volts and 20 milliamps, up to 3.3 volt, 30 milliamps. But I guess I will start with aiming for 20 milliamps. And of course I have, yeah, I won't show you the circuit. Of course I had a circuit diagram, but that's basically the layout of the board. There are, I don't know if you can see that, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4 strings. Yeah, starting with the resistor, LED, 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 back to ground. 4 such strings each, 1, 2, 6, 9, 12 LEDs. And yeah, let's start with, oh yeah, that stuff here. And you probably noticed here down below would be the second board, and I will connect the 2 boards with short pieces of yeah, some scrap PCB. What did I put there? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 short pieces of scrap PCB, just to make sure that the distance between the LEDs, the last row of LEDs on the first board and the first row on the of LEDs on the second board, that distance is yeah, absolutely fixed, and I yeah, have not somehow a strip where the intensity, the light intensity is greater or smaller. Yeah, and oh yeah, of course I have that one-to-one, so I can yeah, tape that to the board when I put the LEDs and the stuff in. So yeah, because this time I cannot afford to put any of the parts, the LEDs on the perf board, yeah, one hole to the left or one hole to the right. That wouldn't be working, would it? Okay, heap of stuff, and yeah, let's see how I test the LEDs. So yeah, it turns out none of my multimeters has enough juice in diode mode to yeah, test these LEDs. Yeah, just using power supply, a little dropper resistor, yeah, connected to the perf board, and then I can yeah, light them up and see if they're working. Not a dot, but yeah, definitely. You cannot probably see that. Let me get you down there. But the thing is drawing current, and it's not lighting up. While the ones I had so far, and the vast majority, yeah, they draw only a little current. That voltage with that 4 volts, what's that, 68 ohms. And they light up just fine. While that thing here lights up as at much higher currents. So yeah, okay. I don't want to have those in my string because yeah, I don't say they are complete dots, but they are obviously, they have some issue. Okay, let's continue in that perspective. Yeah, and that's almost it. I think I'm searching here. Yeah, I thought I'm sure I had already one such dots, but I'm not really. This is good. I cannot find it. I thought I put it away. So if everything is finished, I will mark that as a dot or put it away in a spare bag. I can tell you if 1 out of 100 LEDs is a dot, was a dot, which yeah, shit happens, or if actually 2 of the 100 LEDs I got were a dot, which is not really okay. That would be yeah, not a yeah, 1 in a million chance, but that would indicate that yeah, if you plan to use 100 LEDs, you should probably order more than 100 LEDs. Okay, let's prep the boards. So, yeah, I taped my layout to the board, and there was an error, little mistake I made in the layout, and yeah, after the fact I realized that putting tape over the places where I had to push the pin through, not a good idea. Anyway, we can drill now. Yeah, in case you're wondering, there are a lot of mounting holes, 3 mm for M3, because I will make all boards identical, and yeah, I want to have some wiggle room where I put the mounting screws. And I definitely will need, ooh, that's rough, a new drill. Okay, let's clean that up and put the parts in. Yeah, cleaned up a little bit, and let's put in 48 LEDs. No mistakes now. What's the flat side on these things? Let me guess. The round side should be, and I'm looking now at that sheet where I see the traces. This is plus pin 1. The round side is the one with the long one. And you can usually see that also if you look very closely at the LED. Can I get that in focus? No, then we zoom. Can I focus now? Yeah. You see the, oh, sorry, the big thing, yeah, the big metal part where the actual chip is embedded, that's normally ground, so negative. And the small metal part where there's, okay, I cannot show you that on an iPad, but there's a bonding wire going over to the chip, that's the positive pole. So yeah, and the flat side, yeah, maybe you can see it. Yeah, the flat side here, that's ground negative, and the other one is positive. Okay, let's go back down to the table and put these in. So round side long. So that's it. And just for inspection purposes, if we take a look at the big picture for a change, you see it's always, yeah, they changing orientation. until to the middle of board, then are two in the same orientation, and then they are changing orientation again. And this pattern repeats in every row. And just to be on the safe side, we have a look at it. So, can you see that properly? Not, but yeah, I can check that. So it's short, short, perfect. Yeah, the connector goes here, but yeah, I might solder in the LEDs now, just to make sure that they are, you know, at the right spot. But before that, I can actually, or I will actually remove that paper stuff again, because after they are really fitted on the surface, you probably have difficulties getting it out. And this will, of course, be a destructive process. Yeah, that's more messy than I expected. Yeah, I marked where the resistors in the connector will go with a permanent marker, and it bleeds sufficiently through, so I will find the holes. Yeah, I think I need a pair of pliers. Not pliers, pincer. Okay, that's it. As I mentioned, a lot more messy than I expected. For the next project, I might consider using another technique, huh? Yeah, clean up the holes too. Yeah, but I guess we are ready. Sorry, found, spotted another one, a flake of paper. But I think we are ready now to solder the LEDs on. Nice and flat. Yeah. Yeah, one small last minute connection. Yeah, as well connection. So in the initial layout, this is from the back of the board, I put pin 1 the connector around this way. Yeah, that happens if you are too lazy to model a footprint for a connector that's not in the library of the CAD tool you're using. So I had to remedy this, and yeah. Now, this is pin 1 on this thing. It's pointing, we're looking from the back side again, it's pointing in the right direction out of the board. I mean, it is a board edge connector. Yeah, I already started to have this plan to bend the pins of the LEDs, and yeah, it follows, and I love that layout. Sorry, I really love it. They bend always in the same direction. Yeah, in each row. So let's do that for the bottom row. And the bottom pins every second one goes to the left. Oh, yeah. Left, right, left, right, left, right. And now I can tag the LEDs. And yeah, I mean, yeah, going to time lapse now. Yeah, I just want to clean up that particular part here because 48 volts are 48 volts. Now we have solvent and a really hot iron. I wonder what that will do. Yeah, but that looks good. I have a little macro stench there. Yeah, looks neat and fine. Yeah, so sorry. Really nothing else to do but to put that under power. Oh, okay. And test it. So nice. Can't get over that. Okay, on to the testing. So, I made some cables. Didn't show you really how I crimped the connection. That's and the heat shrink is not shrunken yet. Got our LED board, And please notice the metal part here, because initially putting it all together for the shot here I didn't. And yeah, that would have been an interesting surprise. Yeah, also the connector that will go to the future controller board is going here to an how else could it be, vintage. That's actually a light switch from a car for headlights or auxiliary lights. Probably 40-year-old, but it fitted perfectly into, okay, now it's upside down, but maybe you can read it. There was that round 4-screwdriver SCSI ID switch. Yeah, it fitted perfectly, so I used it. And yeah, maybe I don't need a controller, huh? Maybe this will be enough. So I'm reaching to the back here to actuate the main switch. Now mains should be on. Now I'm pulling here and we'll see what happens. Woo! Sorry, was a bit loud. I wasn't expecting it to work right away. I don't know if you can see this, but this is quite intense. Let me cut the lights. Then the picture will get grainy, but you can see it better. Aha. I mean, can you beat such a switch here really with an Arduino-based controller? I don't think so. So I just killed the overhead light. It's still daylight in here, but yeah, as soon as you put in a white sheet of paper, and these white sheet of papers, they actually contain chemicals that transform UV light to white light. Oh, nice. Yeah. Anything else to mention? No, not really. Yeah. Okay, it will be grainy for the rest. Just yeah. What I'm basically switching with the switch is from the positive output of the power supply to the gate of the MOSFET, which does a low side switching of all the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 84 volts connection, and yeah, it's working. Well, I'm more than happy. I mean, 48 LEDs and not a single, I didn't make a single error. Yeah, I'm flabbergasted. Yeah, I won't bore you with soldering the second board. I probably make a video about it just for documentation purposes, how I solder it together, and this will be completely start to end time lapse. And yeah, and then we'll mount these two LED boards on the correct side of the scanner, not the bottom side, and we'll see. Until then, bye.